Welcome to this segment of the Back to Basics workshop under the theme A Balanced Existence, Taking Care of You. We will be exploring unique ways persons practice self-care. I am your host, Akaiwa Green, and we will be going out into the community to talk to a few persons and see how they practice self-care uniquely. Come on, let's go.
Hi, I'm Chantel Neal. Yes, I am a mom of two. I'm a student. I'm a wife. I do a whole lot of things.
My mother named me Joel, and then I got the name Mikkel, and my father named me Hay. So it's Joel Mikkel Hay, and I am originally from the southern parts of St. James, where persons like Arnold Kelly and I grew up together. Yes, so we have been classmates coming right through. I have made my exit from this institution of higher learning 30 years ago. I was privileged to be employed as a full-time pastor before graduation.
Hi, I'm Dr. Morton Anthony Frankson, otherwise known as Dr. Tony, and I am a medical doctor, so you're actually interviewing me in the medical health services office where I see patients. But most of my days are spent, and most of the time of any day is spent with research, because that's really my primary job here. I'm the director for research for Northern Caribbean University and for statistics, as well as this medical ministry mission here and any other medical ministry mission that we want to be involved in.
A typical day for me, I wake up at 3 in the mornings to get things started. At 3 is when I begin to get myself together for the day. At 6, the family wake up, and so it's time for me to get breakfast ready, get the boys up, get them ready for school, and we try our best to leave out at about 7:30 for us to get to school, because we all go to school in the same area, so we move together. So it's a little bit, but by the grace of God, we get to do it every day. When I get here, I get straight to begin to prepare my running order for the day's shows. I would make calls. I'd sort out what plans we have for the show time, ensure the guests are on time for their interviews, and the day just runs on. So my work day typically ends at 5. I leave the office at 5, and when I get home is where my other part of the work starts. When I get home, it's to prepare supper, and so we have some family time, and then at 9 the boys go to sleep, and at 10 is where I end the day.
My role is multiple, yes, and I served as the senior pastor for the university, with particular or specific responsibility for the church. However, I served as one of the administrators, so I serve on the administrative council of this university. I give directives as it relates to the building and the church building complex. I serve as counselor. I do a number of premarital sessions here and online. Likewise, I do weddings here and right where you need it to be done, and do a lot of empowerment seminars. I'm also one of the adjunct lecturers in the School of Religion and Theology, where I teach all final year ministerial students. My specialization is in pastoral care and counseling. Self-care means a lot, because if I don't take care of me, I cannot take care of thee. So I have to ensure that I am taken care of. having my regular exercise, and most times I get involved in meaningful exercise. It is you as an individual who decides your behavioral pattern, your norms, the way that you are going to function, which is a process. So my behavioral process or the process of my behavioral activities, they are intentional, very intentional. So when I get up in the morning, personally, I would have a glass of water, room temperature, to make sure that I enjoy the vitamin B12. Then, especially in this climate when it is flu season, I have a glass of warm water with lemon juice. Help to build up the immune system. I also use a taste of my nature's antibiotic, which is made up of a dash of honey, lemon juice, turmeric. You can put a little black pepper seed, not black pepper seed, because it helps you to absorb both vitamin C and iron.
Well, one of the things it means is prevention, because that's the best way to care for yourself, is to prevent getting problems in the first place. And then my peace of mind with God as well is the most important part of that.
It is still true that reading makes a full man and writing a complete man. My wife and I, we are involved in a lot of reading, especially now that we are home alone. And we discover a lot of things and we go the natural way. I'm a health reformer as long as I can ever think about it. My diet is based mainly on vegetarian products, so it's over 38 years I have not eaten flesh food. And I am very close to 60.
I take 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil every morning.
And what does that do for you?
Virgin, extra virgin.
Okay.
It's full of antioxidants. It's that green color in the olive oil, especially the ones that have more green color. They're full of the antioxidants. And those help to, the free radicals, they just help to make your inflammation in your body, etc., counter and just keep you at good immune readiness. Since I've been here, for example, it's been really healthy eating. And I also add to that sometimes some natural products that I could get from the pharmacy, like a little bit of zinc or vitamin D or multivitamins for men who are over 50. I know you don't believe I'm over 50, but I am. And, you know, other things like my CoQ10 or once in a while aspirin. I don't take aspirin every day, but I take it once in a while. I used to take it every day, but the recommendation has changed, so I changed with it. But I didn't change to cut it out completely. I changed to use it once a few days a week. And so that's that.
Well, over the years, being a mom is not easy. Having a family is not easy. It takes a lot of your time. And considering that I'm a student, that too takes a lot of your time. So if you'd sit and evaluate yourself, you wouldn't have time to do anything for yourself. And so I've found these things because these are the things that I enjoy, I am passionate about. And so I like to do things that would help me to be a better person, be a better mom, be a better wife. I like to cook, so I'd watch videos that's related to cooking, you know, learning things. And so these routines or these self-care things has helped me a lot along the ways. I've started side gigs with these kind of routines. Not these kind of routines, but these kinds of self-care videos. So,
as a doctor, I have studied nutrition a bit, and I've added more than even what they taught me, because They could, big room in there to add more, so I did that. As a doctor, you're required to go to so many seminars every year to get continuing medical units, and I do all of that. Plus, taking care of people makes you remember the things that you see the most.
As a mom, some people might think that it's kind of selfish to close out yourself from the world to some extent, but it's necessary for your mental stability. You need to take a break, and not taking a break, you will be of no use for your family. And so you have to see it necessary to take a break, to step aside, so that you can rejuvenate. I tell my kids sometimes when they come knocking at the door, I tell them I need a minute, give me a minute, and they understand what a minute means. And say they would, whatever they have to ask me, they would ask their dad. I'd say, go to your dad, check with your dad. So it's intentional for me to take that moment for myself.
Truth is, knowledge is not static, it is dynamic. In the multitude of counsel, there is wisdom. Individuals who have the skill sets in areas that will enhance your self-care, it's important for you to make contacts with them. Make sure you have a family doctor. And if your self-care requires or it works best for you in going the natural way, allow the doctor to guide you accordingly. You will also discover that the platforms are many, social media. So you become very much aware of what works best for you and do it the natural way, because it is healthier and it is more lasting.
I like to dress up, I like to look nice. And so that's a part of self-care, with the hustle and the bustle of motherhood, it's easy to lose your physical appearance. And so you wouldn't want to find yourself in that place where you're not taking care of yourself physically. As hard as it may seem, I still find time to put on my makeup in the morning, put on my face, I would say. And that's one of the things that helped me to look presentable and an extra flair for the morning. So I don't leave without putting on my makeup. I don't leave without ensuring that I look my best at all times. And so that's just me. That's one of the things I do. For a woman out there that might be listening, you find what makes you feel good. If it's sitting down, eating a nice breakfast, getting your smoothie in the morning, whatever it may be, you do you.
Well, it is God's gift to us. Our body is made by Him. So I go back to Him and I ask Him to guide me. And I would encourage anybody to do that. I also would encourage you to do some of your own learning, teaching, investing in the books and self-help things. But don't neglect coming to the experts like myself, the doctors and so, and giving you a sound bill of health, checking you out to make sure you're safe and fine to do whatever you need to do. And keep in touch with us. And if we ask you to do certain things, comply with us. So those are some of the things that you can do. And you need to ask God to give you the Holy Spirit to keep you, because the Holy Spirit will comfort you and encourage you and coach you and remind you to exercise and remind you to be faithful to whatever you need to do. It's a teamwork thing. God has put us all together to care for each other. So just cooperate with each other and you will go far in life.
As we are about to wrap up this segment of the Back to Basics workshop, we hope that the stories of self-care that you heard encouraged you to also practice self-care. It may not be easy, it will also be unique, but just start. Do something to help you and your well-being. I'm Akawa Green. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'm sending you back to studio.